Thursday night football. Is our season on the line? Like, I don't know how to intro this. Let's just get into it. St Kilda, Collingwood, Thursday night. Now, before we get into like me just talking about the game, giving you my thoughts and stuff, I do want to make mention that Thursday night, or this game, is really, really special. It's really, really big because it is Spud's game. Mental health affects all of us, right? And you know, we just talked about Ash Johnson in the previous video, and I'll put up a post on Instagram about it and stuff. Mental health is something that I deal with on a daily basis. Something I've dealt with for years and years and years and years. And it's, you know, some days it can be really good, and some days it can be really poor. And you know, putting myself out there on the internet and, you know, chatting shit like I usually do, you know, it makes you a little bit more vulnerable. And it is, yeah, it's a topic that I hold close to my heart. And look, you know, I'm not going to sit here, like I said last week, I'm not going to sit here and preach that I am this all positive God or something like that, and I'm a warrior and, you know, all this sort of stuff, because I fuck up as well, man. I mess up as well. Like, you know, I've done things that affected other people's mental health, and the thing is, we have to grow every day, and we have to get better every day, as people. But mental health, you know, that's why we have Are You OK Day and all these sort of things, and especially with Spud's game, and there's going to be a big sort of ceremony at the start with all 18 clubs, and Pete Murray's going to be playing guitar and stuff, and it's very, very important to just, you know, reach out to your friends, family, ask them, you know, how's it going? You know, you never know, and be kind to people on the internet. Like, you never know what anyone is sort of going through. And, you know, my therapist told me to just smile and wave at people on the street, and just smile, and because you never know, that could change someone's day. A high could change someone's day. But yeah, in this day and age, it's hard with being on the internet and stuff like that. But yeah, like I'm saying, like, mental health, huge. And I love that St Kilda are doing this, Spud's game. And I love that Collingwood get to be a part of it, because it's going to be a huge occasion. And yeah, what better way to sort of kickstart our season than, you know, on one of the biggest stages in the footy calendar. So with that out of the way, this game is incredibly big for Collingwood. Not as big for St Kilda. Like, you know, they put up a good fight last week. We'll talk a little bit about that later. But we have been battered from pillar to post. Premiership hangover. No team has gone 0-2, and you know, grand finalists haven't gone 0-2 for the history of the game, because, you know, Brisbane and us started the season 0-2. So we take on St Kilda with all this, you know, all this media and stuff sort of in front of us. Our backs are to the wall, and the thing with Collingwood is that when we have our backs to the wall, that is when we do our best work, right? We know this, you know, and Craig McRae came out and said this at the presser today. He's like, you know, the media said last season that no team who has lost the last 3 of the 5 games during the season has won the flag, and we defied the odds there, right? So I don't really believe in odds and sort of that sort of stuff like that, but we have to win. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, you don't, you know, Stevie Wonder could tell you that Collingwood has to win this game. And not only because if we don't win, we go 0-3, and we play Brisbane, who will also be 0-2 when we play them at Easter Thursday. It's just because we need this. The guys need to just show something, because look, we have been battered from pillar to post by the media, but it has been coming because we have played absolutely shit house. Like the Sydney game, we turned over so much. Sydney scored 76 or 78 points from our turnovers. Now, when you think about the Collingwood for the last 2 years, we're the team that does that. We're the team that pressures the other team into turning over the ball and us scoring off it. We were turning over the ball not in our forward 50, we're turning it over in the middle of the ground, coming off half-back, Quaynor, Darcy Moore, Jeremy Howe, Brayden May, all these guys that are super reliable haven't been as reliable in these last 2 games. Now, we started off the season against the Giants, and the Giants came out, smashed us, had a point to prove. Craig McRae comes out and says, we know what we can fix, we're going to fix it. And then we fix some stuff, the Sydney Swans get us in other areas. Craig McRae comes out and says, we fixed what we wanted to fix against the Giants, but it created a little bit more of a problem. I know what the errors are, and the thing is, we can fix it. And they keep saying the fight is here. Our GPS numbers are doing good. So, by all intents and purposes, in the 4 walls, they know, or the club knows, that we can bounce back from this, right? And we know as supporters we can bounce back from this. Yes, it wasn't very nice. 2 losses in a row as premiers, and people are saying our real season starts sort of on Thursday against the Saints. And look, the season, as much as even I said it, the season did start against the Giants, and the reality is that we're sitting 0-2, 15th on the ladder, and we are going to have to pull our finger out if we're to show that we actually mean business. So I dare say we do see a couple of changes. We'll see those tomorrow when the teams sort of get announced. We know that Ash Johnson isn't going to play. Craig McRae even said that right after the game. And I think Charlie Dean comes out as well. The thing with Charlie Dean is, yes, he cost us a couple of goals and stuff, but it's been so good to see him play 2 games in a row at senior level. You got to think that he has been out for 2 years with 2 broken feet and whatever it may have been, and he hasn't played a lot of VFL games. To then chuck him straight into the senior side, a baptism of fire. Yes, he hasn't done super well, but to get his sort of confidence levels there that he can play in the AFL, absolutely great, absolutely fantastic. We do miss Nathan Murphy a lot, and Charlie Dean can't be that Nathan Murphy replacement, so we do miss Nathan Murphy, a lot, and that'll come, but Reece McGuinness will come in for Ash Johnson. We pretty much know that, and we pretty much know that Billy Frampton is going to come in for Charlie Dean. Now, with Billy Frampton, if he comes in, does that mean that Jeremy Howe plays forward? Jeremy Howe after the game said he's happy to play forward if he needs to. I still think that just stuffs us up a little bit. I wouldn't mind seeing Jeremy Howe pinch hit a little bit forward, but I think with the way we're coming out of defence at the moment, we're just really slow, really stagnant. I still think Jeremy Howe needs to play down back. What I do want to see, though, is, yes, Nick Daicos has had a great start to his year, but I think we need him off half back. I think we need him taking kickouts again. Our kickouts the last couple of weeks have been shocking. Like, how many times last year did we, play on from kickouts, go up the ground, score a goal, or it's just sort of, the kickouts is where we sort of get the ball rolling. These kickouts, especially against Sydney, someone posted it on Twitter. I can't remember who it was, but he compiled a list of a bunch of our the videos of our kickouts, and we're just going so wide. Where Sydney, it's mainly because Sydney were doing really well to sort of press us and create the turnover. So we have to kick long, we have to get that turnover. That's something that we need to address really quickly, and I think that's an easy fix with Nick Daicos coming back to the halfback, taking some of the kick-ins, and just using his skills across halfback to hit targets, because we absolutely weren't doing that last week against the Swannies. And I think with Nick Daicos coming out of the middle into the halfback is how I want to sort of see him. That does mean that Finn McRae can play a full game up forward if they want to do that. There is talks of Tom Mitchell sort of coming back in after that ankle complaint as well. There's just a lot riding on this game. We can't start the season 0-3, but the thing is, St Kilda want to put another nail into our coffin. You know it, right? You know that the Saints are going to give us everything. And look, they took Geelong right up until that final 10 or so minutes last week. They were 1 point behind. Geelong sort of got the better of them. The Saints started to fall down just a little bit in that last quarter, but they're a good side. They're going to be good. I think they had 10 players under 50 games play last week, so they're a real not inexperienced, but they're a really young side, but they do have, their leaders that kind of step up. Tim Membry kicked a couple of goals on his return. Jack Steele, Jack Sinclair might play as well. So, there's a lot to like about the Saints, and you just know that they're going to give it to us. Absolutely going to give it to us. You just have to look at, how far they took Geelong, and Geelong are an okay side at the moment. So you just got to look at how far they were able to push Geelong to know that that's what they're going to do to us. And does that mean, they're going to, Craig McRae suggested that they might even park the bus, put a lot of players in defence, so it's about sort of getting around that. But the main thing for Collingwood this week against the Saints, just to show what we are for the last 2 years. We haven't shown that in the GWS and the Sydney game. What I did like about the Pies in those last two games, the last quarter, we're just running out games, right? We're kicking goals towards the end. Yes, they're junk time goals, but we're showing that we still got fight. We were down by 50-something points against Sydney. We ended up losing by 33, right? So that's like a 20 sort of point turnaround where we're sort of kicking goals, getting that margin down a little bit because we are fighting until the end. I want to fight from the start, and I want to keep going. I want to beat the Saints. I want not even beat the Saints. I want to smash St Kilda. We have to. We have to show something, and I don't want to win by 2 or 3 points. We don't want a close game. We want to absolutely come out and smash them. At the MCG, it is St Kilda's home game at the MCG. I dare say on a Thursday it's probably going to be 70,000, but I'll be there, and it's going to be just really good to see the boys back, because as soon as you sort of lose a game, you're like, fuck, that sucked, but bang, when's the next one? Write it down, because we're going to get there and we're going to show that we can play. And I've been itching for this game since, when did we play? Friday night? So since like Saturday, I've been absolutely itching for this game to just come. My big calls and predictions. So I think the Pies are just going to come out and, like I said, smash St Kilda. I think we're going to win by 30-something points. Let's just say 32 points. I think, in Nick Daicos' 50th game as well. We haven't even touched on Nick Daicos. Maybe I'll touch on it after this prediction bit. So Collingwood by 32 points. And I think Jamie Elliott needs a really big game. Like, I need him to kick. I know he kicked 2 goals last week, but he didn't really do much until that last quarter. I think I need him to kick 3 or 4 goals. I need him to have a huge game, especially, with the so-and-so forward line recently. There's just no synergy there, so I need him to kick 3 or 4 goals and be that Jamie Elliott that we know and love. But let's touch on it now. Nick Daicos' 50th game. Has there been a better 49 games in the history of football? Maybe it's just the bias in me, but I don't think there has. Charlie Sutton medal, Anzac Day medalist, premiership player, 3rd in the Brownlow, which he freaking should have won. 100% he should. Don't come and tell me that he was robbed. He was robbed. I'm telling you, he was robbed. Did he win the coaches player, AFL player, captain for 22 under 22? Just all of these accolades in his first 49 games. He feels like he's played 350 games, right? His IQ, just the way he just goes about it, just his personality, his demeanor, the nicest dude off field. Oh man, what a player. And I'm privileged to have seen Buckley, seen Pendles, and now the batting gets passed on to Nick Daicos. And it's just a pleasure to watch him go about it. And if there's a bigger time to be on the big stage and play a good game, it's against the Saints. He started off his career against the Saints with Fly in round 1, 2022, and he plays his 50th when we really need a win, and he is going to be instrumental in getting us that win. But look, guys, this has just been my preview of the game. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think? Big calls, predictions. Let me know them all down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shakers. I'll swoop you later.